I am not a critic of Rosie O'Donnell. I've never criticized her in the past. I have no stake in her politics, nor do I care about who she is or what she does. And the way I see this, what's happening, this looks like bribery. Rosie O'Donnell attempted to bribe a couple senators in order to get them to vote no on the tax reform bill. Now, this is a really strange story, and there's a lot around it. People on the left are saying, obviously, Rosie O'Donnell is joking, and people on the right are saying, no, she clearly is not joking. So the tweet in question, where Rosie O'Donnell offered $2 million in cash to senators who would vote no on the tax reform bill, happened last night, with Rosie O'Donnell saying, so how about this? I promise to give $2 million to Senator Susan Collins and $2 million to Senator Jeff Flake if they vote no. No, I will not kill Americans for the super rich. DM me Susan, DM me Jeff. No, $2 million cash each. People quickly pointed out that this is bribery, but obviously the people who support Rosie O'Donnell or who oppose tax reform are playing it off like it's just one big joke. But let's take a look at more of Rosie O'Donnell's tweets and try and determine, was she actually joking? The first response, could this actually work? Rosie, I swear, I will write them a check. Luis Mensch then said, it's bribery. I know you're joking, but you cannot pay lawmakers to vote. We're almost Russia, but not quite yet. How about you help fund their opponents if they vote the wrong way? Pretty sure that's legal. And Rosie responded to this. I disagree. It is obvious there's a price. Corker had one, Collins too. Flake, almost brave. He crawled out backwards. $2 million to any GOP senator who votes no on killing Americans. Millions without healthcare. My God, have we knows. And I believe she may have been trying to type soul. These are not the only tweets. She has repeatedly tweeted confirming she is serious. There's more tweets. Following down on this post, again, she responds, $2 million cash. Call if you want to negotiate. In an attempt to tweet at Senator Collins, she said, call if you want to negotiate. Do you think your family is proud of you, Senator Collins? Woman, mother, grandmother, sister, daughter, you have betrayed us all. Dear God, ask for forgiveness. Redeem your soul tomorrow. In this Twitter thread, I scrolled down and looked at hundreds of responses, and I counted 9 statements from Rosie O'Donnell, 9, where she reaffirmed that she was willing to give cold hard cash to senators who voted no on this bill. In fact, she even retweeted someone who said, after Rosie O'Donnell's public attempt to bribe Susan Collins or Jeff Flake with $2 million each, she should probably expect calls from other politicians telling her the proper and usual way to offer bribes quietly and secretly. I understand that tweet is a joke, but look, when Rosie O'Donnell tweets no less than 9 times, right, she probably tweeted more, that she is willing to pay public officials for public acts, and then retweet someone who's making a joke but using the statement definitively that she did this. At what point do you say Rosie O'Donnell was serious and didn't care for the ramifications? Now, I should say I'm not a lawyer, but at first glance, according to US law, it looks like Rosie O'Donnell committed a serious crime here. According to law.cornell.edu, 18 U.S. Code 201, bribery of public officials and witnesses. And it defines the term public official means member of Congress, delegate, resident commissioner, either before or after such official is qualified, or an officer or employee or person acting on behalf of the United States or any department, agency, branch, government thereof, including the District of Columbia, in any official function under or by any authority or any such department, agency, or branch of government or juror. The term official act means any decision or action on any question, matter, cause, suit, proceeding, or controversy, which may at the time be pending, or which may by law be brought before any public official in such official's official capacity, or in such official's place of trust or profit. Whoever directly or indirectly corruptly gives, offers, or promises anything of value to any public official or person who has been selected to be a public official, or offers to promise any public official or any person who has been selected to be a public official to give anything of value to any other person or entity with the intent, A, to influence any official act. At the end of this provision, it says, they shall be fined under this title not more than 3 times the monetary equivalent of the thing of value, whichever is greater, or imprisoned for not more than 15 years or both. and may be disqualified from holding any office of honor, trust, or profit under the United States. Now here's the debate. People on the left are saying, obviously she's just joking. She didn't really intend to pay these senators to vote. However, she told them to call her, she told them to send her a direct message, and she repeated no less than 9 times that she was serious. And again, even when Luis Mensch said, I know you're joking, Rosie O'Donnell replied with, I disagree, $2 million in cash, etc., etc. So I think it's reasonable to say that Rosie O'Donnell absolutely broke the law here. This is a particularly strange and worrisome issue as far as I'm concerned, right? In my opinion, what she did is particularly dangerous. According to Celebrity Net Worth, the website Future Billionaires Read Every Day, Rosie O'Donnell's net worth is estimated at $120 million, and her salary is estimated at $5 million. The website The Richest has Rosie O'Donnell's net worth at $100 million. Now, I don't know how accurate these websites are. These aren't great bastions of journalism. They're simply celebrity net worth websites. But if we're to say Rosie O'Donnell's worth of $100 million, I think it's fair to say we know that Rosie O'Donnell is a wealthy and powerful celebrity, and it's safe to say that she actually has the money to make an offer like this. Then we're looking at something that I feel is very dangerous. A celebrity in public, on Twitter, one of the largest public forums we have, offering money to senators, doubling down time and time again, saying, I will do this in violation, it's presumably in violation of federal law. Again, I'm not a lawyer, but I think at first glance, it appears she did break the law. So we can look at the partisan news approach to what Rosie O'Donnell did. The Daily Wire straight up says, Rosie O'Donnell violates federal law, offers to bribe Republican senators to vote against tax bill. Ben Shapiro writes, late on Tuesday evening, as Republicans move to pass a historic reform package, Rosie O'Donnell, nemesis of Donald Trump and former television star, tweeted out offers of bribery to Republican senators to vote down the bill. She didn't just do it once, she did it over and over again. And the article by Ben shows repeatedly how many times Rosie O'Donnell said she would make these offers, and it includes the provision 18 U.S.C. 201. The New York Daily News headline, Rosie O'Donnell may be in big trouble after offering to pay Republican senators to oppose tax bill. Rosie O'Donnell offered to pay Republican senators millions if they voted against the tax cuts bill, and her critics are crying bribery. Now, the New York Daily News says, it's not immediately clear if O'Donnell's tweets violated the bribery statute. FBI officials neither confirm nor deny investigations. Breaking the rule carries a sentence of up to 15 years in prison, according to the Justice Department. O'Donnell followed up her first tweet with a second tailored for Collins, who at times was skeptical of supporting the cuts. Susan, $2 million cash, call if you want to negotiate. Now here's what's interesting in the news reports. The New York Daily News says critics are crying bribery. I guess technically if you call it bribery, you're criticizing her, so that's technically true. But I think what they're sort of getting at is that people who don't like Rosie are saying she tried to commit bribery, or this was a violation of bribery statutes. I am not a critic of Rosie O'Donnell. I've never criticized her in the past. I have no stake in her politics, nor do I care about who she is or what she does. And the way I see this, what's happening, this looks like bribery. But it's not just the New York Daily News, it's also Newsweek. Newsweek called it tongue-in-cheek by saying actress Rosie O'Donnell lit up the internet with a tongue-in-cheek offer to pay 2 GOP senators $2 million each to vote against President Donald Trump's tax bill. How does Newsweek know Rosie O'Donnell's intention? They're calling it tongue-in-cheek. How do they know she was joking? As I mentioned earlier, when Luis Mensch said, I know you're joking, Rosie O'Donnell responded by doubling down once again, saying, I disagree, they're paid, and I'm offering this cash. Is she joking? Well, she's kind of denying that she's joking, not directly, but she is stating in literal terms her intent to offer cash to politicians in exchange for public acts. And it is reasonable to believe that Rosie O'Donnell actually has the money. Perhaps if there's an investigation, we can find out that Rosie O'Donnell doesn't have the money in the first place, in which case, sure, she may have been joking. But at least the way I see the law, it doesn't care if you're joking or not. It says if you offer anything of value. In which case, imagine if Rosie O'Donnell offered $2 million to a politician and they voted to strike down the bill. Even if Rosie O'Donnell doesn't have the money, the offer enticed the individual to take public action. So, to reiterate, if you offered someone $100 to do a handstand, they're not going to immediately say, show me the money. Most people might just go, okay, I'll do a handstand, and then afterwards you can say, I don't have the money. You still made an offer, you still tried to induce a behavior, whether you were joking or not, whether or not you actually had the money. This story right now is the #1 worldwide trend on Facebook. I was actually working on a different video about the CDC and the fake news about banning language in the budget when I saw this story bubble up, and it struck me as a bit terrifying. The Hill story, which was #1 on Facebook, says, Rosie O'Donnell lashes out at GOP senator over tax bill. Do you think your family is proud of you? O'Donnell, a frequent critic of President Trump and Republican lawmakers, in a tweet earlier Tuesday promised to give $2 million in cash to Collins and Senator Jeff Flake if they voted against the GOP plan. O'Donnell then attempted to tweet directly at Collins, although she used an incorrect Twitter handle telling the senator to call her if she wanted to negotiate the $2 million offer. The Hill adds, it is illegal to offer money to public officials with the intent to influence official acts, like voting on a bill, but it is unclear if O'Donnell's tweet was meant as a serious offer. So there we go, with the Hill again confirming that Rosie O'Donnell did make this offer. It adds at the end, we don't know if this is serious, but I don't see how that matters. It is not for us to interpret whether or not Rosie O'Donnell is joking or serious. She made an offer. She doubled down numerous times, 9 times that I counted. It seems like people in the public space and media are scared to call it for what it is. Although the New York Daily News played the middle line saying she may be in hot water, the Daily Wire Ben Shapiro said definitively she did, and we have Newsweek saying it was tongue-in-cheek. Why? Well, Newsweek is left-leaning, so they're going to defend Rosie O'Donnell by calling it a joke. And Ben Shapiro is conservative, so he's going to definitively say it was a crime. I don't care for either side's politics. To me, all I see is Rosie O'Donnell tweeting this out numerous times, definitively saying she wants to do it, a reasonable belief that Rosie O'Donnell does in fact have the money to pay, and a refusal to say this is a joke. The law states any offer or promise of something in exchange for an official act is a crime, and Rosie O'Donnell did that. There's no debating that. Rosie O'Donnell did offer money to politicians. Sure, maybe it wasn't serious, maybe it was a joke, it doesn't matter. The offer is plain and in writing, and we saw that. But let me know what you think in the comments below. Is this a violation of the law? In my opinion, it looks like it is. And if it is, then Rosie O'Donnell should be indicted. That's just the way the law works. But let me know what you think, and we'll keep the conversation going. You can follow me on Twitter at Timcast for breaking news and live streams from around the world. If you want to support my work, go to timcast.com/donate. Give whatever you'd like or give nothing at all. My videos are always free and available every day at 4 p.m. And stay tuned, live streams periodically. I don't know when I'll be able to do the next live show, but when it happens, it happens. So again, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you tomorrow.